Coming of Age is coming up next. I'm your host, Josh Newby. You know, I tried to find a common thread between our different topics today, but the fact is that they are all as different and unique as you all are. We've got everything from senior wellness to home decor, local philanthropy, and the positive effects of music. So stay tuned. Coming of Age starts right now. As we age, staying active in life and involved in the community can become a challenge. But with Council on Aging of West Florida's range of home-based services, you remain healthy, independent, and engaged. From Meals on Wheels and respite care to senior dining sites and the retreat, you'll feel empowered to regain your freedom while retaining what makes you, you. We've been in the community for nearly 50 years, advocating for elders and supporting those who care for our parents and grandparents. We were there when your father's health began declining, when your mother needed companionship during the day. And guess what? We'll be there down the road when you need those services too. Now, join with us as we talk together about the aging issues that matter to you. C.S. Lewis wrote, "You are never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream." Yet sometimes the challenges we face as we grow older can impact our efforts to live an active life full of ambitious plans and new experiences. How can we make the most of our later years? Angie Jenks with Baptist Healthcare is with me today with tips for living well as we age. Angie, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
To get started, share a little bit about your training, about your time at Baptist Healthcare.
Well, actually, I went to school at UWF
Okay.
and then University of South Alabama in the field of exercise science.
Okay.
And for my graduate school, I did an internship in cardiac rehab and pulmonary and loved it so much an opportunity came open. And
Sure.
I've been there for 22 years now.
That's awesome.
And I serve an amazing team and I get to serve the community with heart and lung issues.
Okay.
And we educate them, do monitored exercise, give them their confidence back
Okay.
after having a traumatic event a lot of times.
Sure.
And deal with chronic lung disease.
Yeah. So we hear this term wellness a lot. It's passed around. What does it mean, though? What does it mean from your perspective to a patient?
Well, there's many aspects of it, obviously, and many definitions, but it's basically being aware of and making choices that contribute to a more successful existence. It's practical, it's holistic, it encourages a lifestyle basically that enhances the body, mind, and spirit.
Okay, and there's different kinds of wellness, as
Absolutely,
you just touched on.
yes. There's social, there's emotional, there's spiritual,
Yeah.
there's intellectual,
Right.
There's financial, environmental, which sometimes we don't think about,
Right.
and the physical, of course.
Absolutely. Well, let's
Yes.
talk about that physical wellness.
Yeah,
What does
absolutely.
physical wellness mean to you?
To me, it means really understanding the body and as it relates to nutrition and physical activity and your functionality.
Sure.
It includes eating well, it includes building strength, it includes being flexible, having endurance, but doing that in safe ways. So it also, I believe, takes responsibility. You have to take responsibility for yourself
Absolutely.
to progress yourself in those areas.
Okay. Now, obviously as we age, various aspects of the body will start to deteriorate naturally. And we hear that exercise is a healthy way to mitigate those effects. Is exercise the right thing to do for an elder adult, especially an elder adult who maybe has never exercised before?
Absolutely, especially obviously after medical advice.
Sure.
But I see it every day in what I do. We've had patients all the way up to 90 years old. But exercise absolutely has a anti-aging effect at the molecular level, which scientists have proven now.
Okay.
So not just that, but it boosts our mood, our confidence. It keeps us moving, even if it's just low-level activity.
Sure.
It improves your body composition, your bone density, which is absolutely important as you get older. And it decreases your risk for further diseases.
So tell us about some safe exercisers that seniors can do. Obviously, they shouldn't necessarily get under a bench press right away or something like
Right.
that, but there's safe ways to do it, right?
Absolutely, yes, and that's what we specialize in too. But there's chair yoga,
Sure.
there's yoga, there's swimming, rowing, there's just going out for a walk. There is cycling, dancing, tennis. Some people still engage in tennis till they're way older.
Yeah.
Rowing machines, Tai Chi, Qigong, which I don't know as much about that, but lower level exercises are, we have such a variety now that we can get available.
And I think it's so crucial to remember that it can be fun. It
Yes.
can be social.
Yes.
It's not this grind of waking up at 5 a.m. to
not
go to
at
the
all.
gym. Do it with your friends. Make it a
Yes.
social thing.
Yes.
Like you were saying, tennis, sports, stuff like
Absolutely.
that.
Yes.
What are some other aspects of physical wellness and ways to increase that?
Just basically aiming to get 30 to 60 minutes of moderate exercise, each week.
Okay.
Even if it's low level to high level, just aim for that, because just simple exercise, it can stimulate your brain growth as well and your cognitive ability. And small movements can create large outcomes.
Yeah.
And I see that every day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What are some other aspects of wellness that you see?
One that is really important to me and I see really helps a lot is spiritual wellness.
Yeah.
Really just connecting with a higher purpose greater than yourself. It gives you that appreciation for life and what's around you, and serving others, which can connect you to just a real connection of peace and joy within yourself.
Yeah.
And studies actually show that people that are connected to some type of religious community or church-based activities live actually 7 years longer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think what's so excellent about the sort of symbiotic nature of wellness is that, if you work on your physical wellness, your mental wellness will improve. Your
Yes.
emotional wellness, your spiritual wellness will improve.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about that emotional wellness and how crucial that is.
Emotional wellness affects, to me, it's almost like the center affects every other aspect of it. And it's basically, I think, the biggest part is stress management, because we're under so much chronic stress these
Yes.
days, that it's learning how to manage that positively, because we've shown that chronic stress not dealt with positively actually ages you faster.
Yeah.
And it contributes to many disease processes and
Yeah.
inflammation in the body. So learning how to positively cope with stress through the other methods of wellness,
Yeah.
through the spiritual, through the physical, through learning, through many other ways, can actually help that emotional
Yeah.
wellness and stress relief.
We've heard that stress and anxiety is almost the new smoking. It
Yes.
has those sort of
Yes,
deteriorative health
absolutely.
effects. What are some ways of managing that stress? Because it can be overwhelming at times.
I think practicing gratitude, relaxation, meditation, guided imagery, connecting with others with similar belief patterns that are uplifting, surrounding people that make you laugh, that really make you feel connected. Going to stress management. If you're really struggling, there are sources out there that can help you with that, and recognizing that in yourself. But stretching and making sure your environment is not real cluttered, and that you can eliminate excesses in your life.
So tell us some, as we wrap up, some final strategies for aging well and in all those various aspects of wellness. Maybe some strategies you utilize.
I have a long list. I'm always working on them myself. Practicing gratitude, I think, is number one.
Yeah.
I mean, just really looking at what you have and not what you don't have. I think connecting with others, the older we get, we are more prone to loneliness.
Sure.
Connecting with others is huge. Contributing to your community, finding ways to be positive partner in your community, whether it's small or big.
Right.
Volunteering, hospitals or hospitals and churches or children's homes, anything that you can contribute your mind to. Exercise for sure, and getting in a safe program builds community where you feel confident you're surrounded by people that help you be a better version of yourself. And I think, to me, one of the most important things is, no matter what age you are, is realizing that wellness, you're not done yet.
Right.
You have much to contribute.
Right.
So it's recognizing all these areas. Where can I just pick one thing and work on that?
Yeah.
And there are many ways to do that.
I think if you can improve in just one
Yes.
small way every single day, it adds up to have
Absolutely.
huge dividends.
Yes.
It's good information, especially as we start the new year. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Next on Coming of Age, we're talking to the owner of Alyssa's in Pace and getting the rundown on their charming business. Stay with us.
Why do people love ACT's retirement life communities? There are more reasons than just the active lifestyle. Like ACT's Life Care, a plan that protects your nest egg with predictable monthly fees, even if your health care needs increase. So you can enjoy a carefree today and a worry-free tomorrow. Plan a visit and see why our satisfaction rating with current residents stands at 98%. ACT's Retirement Life Communities, where loving kindness lives.
What does it look like when a life is truly changed?
I feel a sense of accomplishment because I built a house. This house has brought us financial independence.
It's a great place to raise a family.
Strength, fuerza.
When I look back where we've come from to where we are today, it makes my heart very happy.
Potential.
Potencia.
For me, this house means all of us together.
Sorry.
Security.
Security.
Every family dreams to have their own house. This house changed our lives.
Habitat for Humanity is at work in your community and around the world. Through shelter, we empower.
If you live in Pace or the larger Santa Rosa County area, there's a good chance that a good portion of your home decor comes from Alyssa's, an emporium of eclectic and unique items and furnishings that might as well be a second home to many. The business has capitalized on the success by paying it forward to many worthy causes in the area. Here to tell us more and to guide your next adventure is Alyssa Shepper, owner and founder of Alyssa's. Alyssa, thank you for coming on today.
Hi, Josh. So good to see you again.
You as well. So for those who've never heard of Alyssa's, which I can't imagine that being the case in this area, but let's say there's someone out there who hasn't heard of Alyssa's, what is it?
Alyssa's is a campus of 3 stores where we sell everything from handcrafted farm tables to ladies' boutique clothing to big green eggs. Okay. We have a vendor store, and we also have a furniture and home decor store.
So how did all this get started? I mean, it's not a unique concept anymore, right? It seems like these stores are popping up everywhere, but at the time, this was a unique idea for Pace.
Yes. So 17 years ago, in 2003, we opened up Alyssa's with the idea that I had managed big box retail stores, and I wanted to do something on my own. So the idea was that we would just sell a few things and see how it went.
Sure.
Well, we went from 1,000 square feet now to more than 50,000 square feet today.
Wow.
And we house 200 unique individual vendors, as well as sell many things of our own.
So tell us about the vendors. How does one, volunteer to be a vendor at Alyssa's?
Okay, so it's a month-to-month contract.
Okay.
They apply, and we're always looking for people who are doing unique things, something that's different. Mm-hmm. We love artisans. We love folks who are, hand-blowing glass and painting and creating furniture or unique decor pieces.
Okay.
But then we also have the people who love to restore antiques.
Sure.
And so different things like that make up the unique situation that we have at Alyssa's, where we have something for everyone, from a 5-year-old little girl to a 75-year-old grandfather.
And so I know you do a lot for the community, and Council on Aging was recently a beneficiary of some of the things that you do in the community. Tell us how you're giving back.
Well, I can tell you that if you would have asked me if we would have grown the way we have in the past years, I would have never imagined that it could happen. We love our community. We love the fact that our community supports us. So about 3 years ago, we really wanted to figure out a way that we could give back. We opened up Alyssa's Etc. in 2015, and Etc. actually stands for Embrace the Community.
Okay.
And so a portion of that goes back to our community each month, but also we do roundup at the front registers, mm-hmm. and that was what the Council of Aging was the beneficiary of, where we give back money to individual groups each month. But because we have a following on social media of 75,000 people, we like more than anything the opportunity to get those organizations exposed to folks who may not have known them. So yes, our check to the Council on Aging was $2,000,
right.
but I believe that $2,000 will quadruple in the next few months.
Absolutely.
Just by the connections.
And that awareness is a huge piece, because Alyssa's has this large footprint in the community, but for some of your smaller nonprofits, being able to gain that exposure, I know you guys work with animal shelters as well, that awareness is almost worth more than the money.
Yes, definitely. And I agree. I feel like just being able to put different nonprofit organizations in the homes mm-hmm. of the folks who shop at Alyssa's is the way to really connect our community with charitable organizations.
Definitely. It's a great cause. You guys host classes too, right?
We do,
Tell
yes.
us about this.
Yes. So we love to connect the community to creativity. Okay. And there's a lot of people who don't feel comfortable at home doing these things by themselves, even if they watch YouTube videos.
Me included.
So
stay far away.
We love to have people come in. We have different folks who are good at making wreaths or making signs or painting furniture. Also, we have knitting classes. So we love to bring people in. And again, we have folks from 10 to 80 who take these classes. So it's something that your family can do together.
I know you've recently inspired some of your staff and your management staff to really volunteer and be more active in the community. And of course, you've volunteered with Council on Aging, and we appreciate that. Tell us about the impetus behind that.
So our mission is to provide a superior store with excellent customer service and a Christ-centered atmosphere, all while impacting our community by being the hands and feet of Jesus.
Right.
Well, that last part is really important to us because being the hands and feet of Jesus means getting out of our campus and actually doing something. So we wanted to use our resources of our 55 employees, and so we now have one mission on mission. And so what we're doing is we're putting these folks in motion to go and do something in the community. So we have little teams that have gathered, and it's now become kind of like a contest to see who can volunteer the most hours out in our community.
That's awesome. Well, as we've already mentioned, you've been very supportive of Council on Aging, and we appreciate that. Tell us about some of the other causes, some of the other nonprofits that you've supported recently or that maybe are coming up.
So last month was the Vision of Hope, and that's an organization that helps disabled young women and young men get connected into jobs and community programs. So they're actually at our store today videoing some of the folks who are now volunteering at our store a few hours a week so that they can get some training on some on-the-job processes. So we really love that organization. We've also been working with Guardian Ad Litem. We've been working recently with My Father's Arrows. And of course, we do have a heart for animals at Alyssa's. So we're always dogs and cats. Usually once a month, you can come adopt a dog or a cat at Alyssa's.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a great cause. We've just got about a minute left, but I know people are interested. You're always doing something new. You're always growing. What are your plans for the future?
Well, I can tell you that the south end of the county has been a passion of mine for a while. I know there's a need for something like us in the community down here. So we have been looking, but we haven't found the perfect spot yet. But we would like to extend our love of the community out of Santa Rosa County and into Escambia County, hopefully in the next 12 to 18 months.
Good.
So,
well, you've really tapped into something special, Alyssa. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you guys for supporting us.
Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere. We'll look at a fun and educational new form of music instruction next.
Since 1989, TLC Caregivers has been providing the special help people need to stay independent in their own homes. TLC is an employer of choice in the home care market. Our employees are screened with level 2 background screens, drug-free, and have caregiving experience. If you have time, enjoy people, and are interested in joining us, go to tlccaregivers.com to learn more about becoming a TLC caregiver, or visit us in Cordova Square.
When cancer tries to take you away from the things that matter most, Baptist Cancer Institute offers caring physicians and the most innovative treatment options. With convenient locations and a wide array of support programs and services, we're here to help you during the most difficult of times. As a member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network, we're bringing even more innovative cancer care to our community right here at home. When you need cancer care, we'll be there.
Much research has been done on the positive effects of music on those living with dementia, autism, and other neurodiverse individuals. But all the research in the world doesn't hold a candle to the experience of an elder adult coming out of their shell to enjoy an old song in a new way. Stephanie Powell is an adaptive music teacher and joins us now to explain the magic. Stephanie, Jessica, thank you both for coming on.
Thank you.
So, what is Melody Makers 850? Tell us about that.
Melody Makers 850 provides music classes for neurodiverse audiences. We work with kids, we work with special needs kids, and we work now with adults as well.
So tell us about, the power of music, but also how you discovered that it could be used in this way.
I discovered it. I work with kids with special needs. I have for about 11 years, and the school I work at, we didn't really have a music program. We did a little bit of art, but not music, and so we tried it out for a few weeks, and the kids really responded to it. They were really learning it, and I was like, wow. So I was like, hey, your kid's doing awesome. Why don't you find a music teacher? And they couldn't. Right. And so I had a little bit of background, and I started a class at our school, and then from that I started private lessons, and then it just kept going, and now I do group lessons, I do private lessons, I teach at the school, and then I work with you guys.
Okay. Tell us about some of the positive effects you've seen on folks with dementia.
With dementia, just over the past few months, the research says that it's great for memory, it's great for connections, it's great for depression and things like that, and it's really so true. I remember the first time she brought her group to me, there's one lady who just refused to participate at all. Sure. She was not going to do anything. She sat there the whole time. We tried to be excited and coax her, and she was just not having it. Well, now she sits in all of my classes. If we have 2 classes, she's there for both of them, and she is participating. She's over there telling her neighbor what to do. Like, she is just completely involved, and it's been really fun to see that time after time, and to see them talking or singing or just things that they start out kind of not sure about, and then now they're cut up the whole time, and we have a great time.
Definitely. So, I mean, what does a typical lesson look like? Like, what are you actually doing with these individuals?
So we're teaching music. It's not music therapy. We have different goals than music therapy. We work toward learning music. So my curriculum is, it starts out with like color-coded instruments and color-coded music, and that makes it really easy to just basically match. I have the ability to slow things down, move things faster, so I can kind of adjust to whatever situation we have. Rhythm has been a huge hit. We've done a lot of rhythm stuff. They love it. They get in trouble with it, but we have a lot of fun with it too. And,
a little dangerous.
Yeah. But we try to spend some time with rhythm. We try to spend some time with even like basic theory concepts. We do some of that. We do learning to play the music. It's really interesting to see the ones who have played instruments before kind of start to recall some of those things, or to use things that they haven't used in a long time, like their ear training or their note recognition or what have you. Like, it starts coming up, and then they start talking about memories, and then it's just really fun to do that. But and then occasionally we'll do like a game or a craft activity or something like that. Just kind of fill the room, see how it's going that day, and
because I've seen you
those needs.
You have actual like red bells, yellow bells, red pads to beat as a drum, and on the laptop it's sort of going through, and you hit the color in time. And so I guess the different colors are different notes. Is that how it works? So
yes, the different colors are different notes, and then it also shows it on the music. And as you move through that curriculum, it starts to fade out those prompts. But for purposes here, it works really well. It gives everybody immediate success, which keeps them engaged and just helps us progress a little bit more. Yeah.
Well, obviously our primary audience is elder adults, but we have a lot of grandparents who may be raising their grandchildren. Some of those grandchildren may have autism. Tell us about some of the benefits of those with autism.
So that's a little less researched, honestly, specifically to autism. But what I have seen, I can speak to that. I've seen a lot of language development. I've seen a lot of gross motor and fine motor skills improving. I've seen a lot of social skills. I do a summer camp, and we have typical and non-typical peers all together for that. And just seeing them interact with each other and learn each other and learning music together just creates really unique opportunities there. I've seen kids who really didn't speak very much start to kind of speak or even sing. Those sorts of things are a lot of what I've seen over and over as in the past 3 years that I've been teaching.
Excellent. So if an elder adult is interested in participating in this program, what advice do you have for them? How do they get started with that?
You can contact me. I will help you and walk you through it. My website is melodymakers850.com, and then my email address is melodymakers850@gmail.com. Awesome. And I would love to help anybody get started.
Definitely. I'd like to ask Jessica a couple questions now. Jessica is the director of our retreat adult daycare, where Melody Makers 850 has come and taught some classes. What effect have you seen on the participants?
There's a few of them now that are excited when I say music class. Thanks to the community, I've been able to secure her at least 2 times a month for the next probably 12 months at least. So we have the regulars that sometimes stay in, like she said, for the full hour. Usually each 30-minute class will handle up to 10 clients at a time. So we try to change them out. Like she said, we just kind of fill the room for that day and see how it's flowing. As you saw when you were watching it, it got very kind of a comedy trip a little bit. It gets lively. Yes, it gets lively. But I've just seen people who may not say a word all day long when they get in the music class. They start talking about, like she said, the background of their music experience. I didn't know one of the clients played a trumpet until we got in the class. The very first time that we took our clients to her, I was just so mesmerized. I mean, she knew someone was coming with a visual impairment, and she made large notes for him so he could feel and experience the and he knew, he was actually trying to teach the class because he knew all the music theory. It was awesome.
Okay. And I'm asking you to speak a little speculatively here, but how do you feel it impacts their home life and their life outside of that hour?
I'm also speaking personally here because of my situation, my personal situation, but I think they can take that home with them, and it makes them happier, it makes them livelier, it hopefully lets them sleep at night because they had a good hour of, I mean, we keep them busy all day, but this is just something that that we add, it's able to, it just, to me, music is very powerful, and we've seen individuals who, like I said, didn't talk, and now they're singing the song, the humming. So I'm hoping they're taking it home with them, and at least, because what I've noticed about her classes is each person will have a color, and they're playing a song together, and then they start singing the song. So it's bringing up memories of the past and just friendships.
Definitely. It's a great program. Thank you both so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Until next time, enjoy life. You've earned it.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.